RSnake, how are you doing today?
Amazing, per usual. Thanks for inviting me. So, I know if you're anything like me, you guys have tons and tons of workload and you need to turn them into something. And that something should be routinized. It should be repeatable. It should look exactly the same. It should fit into a process every single time. In this case, this is a screenplay, but this is another example where it's processing literally thousands of articles and deciding whether they're geopolitically important or not, summarizing them, whatever. It's the same every single time. One or more bullets with a summary, with a source. I mean, the fact that it's perfect gets people like, how are you doing this? Because typically LLMs won't be perfect. They'll mess stuff up. They'll add a bunch of crap. Well, this is how I do it. So effectively, there's a lot of things that LLMs get wrong. But one thing, they don't speak JSON natively. They speak Markdown natively, but you can kind of coax them into JSON, as I'm sure a lot of you have played with. The problem with that is oftentimes it'll wrap that in Markdown, or it'll, add a bunch of text around it, or it will be JSON, but it won't be structurally the same as the JSON you want, or a bunch of different versions of the same problem. It's also very expensive because you end up getting these huge blocks of data, and the data is just incorrect. It's kind of you spent 500 1,000 tokens or something, and the entire thing needs to be thrown away when really the first couple of tokens could have told you that you were making a mistake. So basically, this code tries to wildly reduce the costs associated with this, mostly by using a local model. But if you don't like that for whatever reason, you can change it. And I have it failing over to ChatGPT if for some reason after multiple attempts Llama 3.2 can't do it. And you can use GPT, OSS, or whatever. It's just a little bit slower. I have this tuned to go quite quickly. And right now, all I'm doing is basically saying, you're a JSON bot. Please don't use these words. But rather than just asking it, I actually enforce it on the output. So while a lot of people try to coax it, I do that, but I also then make absolutely sure it doesn't contain these things like highlighting or significantly or these kind of mealy mouth words is what I call it. But it could be whatever. Like in the case of vegan, you could say beef or chicken or whatever, right? Whatever we're talking about. And then the template that you want to use. So here's the template I picked. If you're familiar with Burp Suite, this is a very similar syntax. Whatever the article text is, in this case, I'm summarizing article and then kind of start it by kind of telling it approximately what the template JSON is supposed to look like. You could do this programmatically or not. Here's the dumb article that I chose, just a couple paragraph article. It doesn't really matter what it is. And so we'll do summarization on it. And basically, what I want it to look like when it's all said and done is a summary, a couple of sentences, which category, what importance, and then a couple of critical ideas. And there it did it. It did it exactly perfectly. And so there's a couple of like super easy tricks. I'll make the code available, but one is basically ignoring when it starts talking Markdown. If it's saying I'm talking Markdown, but it's JSON, go ahead and ignore it. Let it continue to work. But also, if it doesn't start with an open squiggly bracket, it's not going to be the JSON that you're expecting. So don't let it start just pumping out tons of data. And then as it's starting to process, it asks the question kind of over and over, like, are you done yet? If you're not done yet, if you're still processing, it's okay. Like, just keep going. But if it looks like you're done, I would like to validate it. And if it isn't valid, then you need to redo it for whatever reason. Like you didn't structurally get it correct, or syntactically it's incorrect, or whatever. And if it is finally complete, then it'll output. And that's how you get, in my case, I process literally thousands of articles a day for about 20 seconds, 20 cents, because most of that is done via the local LLM. It takes a couple hours, but it extremely high likelihood of producing high quality output. So that's it.
I think the first question is going to be, when are you going to turn this into a service so that we can pay you 15 of the 20 cents and don't have to do the computation ourselves?
Oh, negative. Hell no. But the code is available for you to do whatever you like with it. I put it in the chat there for you.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Paul asked, what was the original challenge?
I'm sorry?
Paul is asking, what was the original challenge? I think he's asking what started this.
Oh, yes. So I have a newsletter where I basically have a whole bunch of geopolitics kind of all kind of flowing in. And a lot of people ask me, like, I'm sure it's happened to you. You go to a party and people are like, what is your opinion on? And like, I don't know, right? I don't have time to read the entire internet every day, but I felt like LLMs could compress the bulk of the interesting data for me and just have me only looking at the things I find most geopolitically interesting so that when I go to parties, I'm an interesting person to talk to. I know it sounds stupid, but it is what it is. And so I started with a huge RSS list, I don't know, hundreds of different sites, which turns into thousands of articles per day. And I needed to keep the cost down. That was the most critical thing. Like all the options I saw out there for doing this were like, $100 a day or $200 a day or something. I'm like, nope, that is not going to work. Like this has got to be much cheaper. So that's what got me down the path.
Heck yeah.
All
I
right.
like the failover you have between local go. It's basically it's like, all right, I'm tired of waiting. Let me go spend some money.
Yeah.
I wrote that down as something to do on another project. This is great.
Yep.
I'm careful because before I'm saying all right again.
No,
Okay.
go ahead.
Thank you very much, RSnake. Really appreciate your time today.
Yeah, no worries.